હવે તરુ જુદા જ પ્રકારે પ્રકાશશે. જોજો ને, જોજો ખરા. તમારે બોલવું નહીં પણ તમને જોતા બધાને એ થઈ.
આજે પૂર્ણિમાનો દિવસ છે, સત્યનારાયણ ભગવાન બી આપો છો.
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ.
અને આજની કથા એ પૂર્ણ કથા છે સત્યનારાયણ ભગવાન.
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. જય ખૂબ
એક મિનિટ
પરમાત્મા. જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ.
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ.
ખૂબ આશીર્વાદ છે.
જય
બેન. બસ. જય
આજે રાખડી એમને જ બાંધવા દો પહેલી.
આ તો છે જ ને.
આપની આરતી બી કરશું બધા.
ચોક્કસ. જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ.
પ્રગટ પ્રભુનું સ્વાગત કરું છું. ચરણ કમળમાં હૈયું ધરું છું.
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ.
જગતાત્માને સૌ સંદેશા એક સમય.
અંગે માતાના
પરમધામ સુખધામ
પરમ
જેમને આપ્યું ભાન નીચ
અમને
સદા તીન ભુવન ચુડા રતન. શું કહે છે? સમશ્રી જીનકે પાસ. જીની તો રાષ્ટ્રપતિ.
હા દાદા.
તીન ભુવન ચુડા રતન.
तीन भुवन चूड़ा रतन
સમશ્રી જીનકે પાસ.
શ્રી જીનકે પાસ.
ચુડા અને એનું રતન પાછું.
हाँ
3 ભુવન જેટલો ચૂડો એનું રતન.
हाँ
સંશ્રી જીનકે પાય. પાય પાય કે આપણે પહોંચાય કે પાય ને તો
न
નમત પાઈએ આપ પર સબ વિધિ બંધન શાય. બંધ પડે જ નહીં પછી બધું ખાસ સાફ થઈ જાય. સાફ થઈ જાય. આ તો થઈ ગયેલું છે. આપણું
દાદા ચાંદલો કરો પછી પ્રગટ પ્રભુનો સ્વાગત કરું છું. ચરણ કમળમાં હૈયું ધરું છું. પ્રગટાત્માને સૌ સંદેશા એક સમયમાં પહોંચે. તુરત જ વાંચે અંતર તારો, કોઈ ન વચ્ચે રોકે. ગાયકનો ફોન કરું છું. ચિત્ત ટેલિવિઝને સનામુખ દેખું છું. અંદર છે અંબા માતા લાલાને બાંધો રાખડી દેવો. અંબે માતાના લાલાને બાંધો રાખડી દેવો. રક્ષણ કરજો વીરા સોંપું કર્મ જ રાખડી દેવો. રક્ષણ કરજો વીરા સોંપું કર્મ જ રાખડી દેવો. અંબે માતાના લાલાને
યોગે સંતુષ્ટિ કરતા શાસ્ત્રી વેલો કેવળ સ્વરૂપે ઓગળજો મન કાટવી વેલો કેવળ જ્ઞાન સ્વરૂપે ઓગળજો મન કાટવી વેલો અંબે માતાના લાલાને માનું આગળી રેલો અંબે નિર્મલ કરુણાથી
આજ્ઞા ચૂકેલા અમે બહુ ભૂલ કરેલી
બધું નીકળી જશે બધું નીકળી જવાનું હા બસ આપણું સાપસ થઈ રહ્યું છે આમ કશું રહે જ નહીં આપણી પાસે હા જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ કશું રહે અરે હેલો રામમોહનભાઈ જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ ના ના ખૂબ આશીર્વાદ ખૂબ આશીર્વાદ અરે સુગંધી એટલે બિલકુલ વિતરાગ સુગંધી અને આ બસ આ મીના તમારા વતી આવે છે અહીંયા બાંધ હા રક્ષાબંધન હાથ તમારા આખા ઘર બધી છે બધા વધી હા કે અને તમને બધાને ખૂબ આશીર્વાદ છે શાંતાબેન તમને શાંતાબેનને સુનિલને માયાને બધા છોકરાઓને માને ધીરુભાઈને ઘેર બધાને હા સાદા બધાને કહેજો જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ અને બધા મહાત્માઓને અમારા ખાસ કહેજો ખૂબ જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ દાદાએ આપણને જે શુદ્ધ પ્રેમ રૂપી બંધનથી બાંધ્યા છે શું કહ્યું એ જ આપણું રક્ષાબંધન છે હા બરાબર કે નહીં આટલું રાખવાનું બધાને કહેજો અમારું વાત જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ પુષ્કર પુષ્કર હા એમાં અમારી ફરજ છે પાક્કી હા કે હા જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ
આયો 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 રે ક્ષીણ મોહજીનેશ્વર આયો આયો
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ બધાને ખૂબ આશીર્વાદ હા જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ ના ના બધું નીકળી ગયું નીકળી જ રહ્યું તમે સુંદર કામ કરી રહ્યા છો તો થોડું અમારે હા એ તો અમે અમારું કહેવાનું જુદું હોય તમે બહુ ફાઇન કામ થઈ રહ્યું છે હા સરસ થઈ રહ્યું છે
ગાયો 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 રે વિતરાગ ધરમ મૂળ ગાયો
અહીં બંધ છે
ગાયો 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 રે વિતરાગ ધરમ મૂળ
છૂટી માંગવાની
મીન બાગલ ભઈ અમૃત ભરખા મીન બાગલ ભઈ અમૃત ભરખા અમૂર્ત મૂર્તિ में व्योम खंड विस्तरा अमूर्त मूर्ति में व्योम खंड विस्तरा बीन बागल भई अमृत भरखा बीन बागल भई अमृत भरखा अमूर्त
ધાર શ્રવણ સત્સંગ
મનોહારી સંગમ ત્રિવેણી મંતરા
મનોહારી સંગમ
ત્રિવેણી મંતરા
રીમ જીમ અખંડ ધાર શ્રવણ સત્સંગ મનોહારી સંગમ ત્રિવેણી મંતરા છાયો 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 રે નાથ અવકાશ ધરા પે બિછાયો છાયો 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 રે નાથ અવકાશ ધરા પે બિછાયો આયો 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 રે ક્ષીણ મોહ જીનેશ્વર આયો 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 આયો
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ સચ્ચિદાનંદ
મારું નશા ઉતરે સરળ સીધા સુતર ઉકલે અગ્નબાળ સંસારીઓ વાળો તેમ સહુ વળે નશા ઉતરે સરળ સીધા સુતર ઉકલે
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ
અગ્નબાળ સંસારીઓ વાળો તેમ સહુ વળે જગતનિષ્ઠ સાધુઓનો નશો નહીં ઉતરે ત્યાગી તપસ્વી કે દેહાધ્યાસે નીકરે જગતનિષ્ઠ સાધુઓનો નશો નહીં ઉતરે
બહુ કાળજી રાખે રામની બહુ કાળજી રાખે
ત્યાગી તપસ્વી કે દેહાધ્યાસે નીતરે
રામ સ્કૂલે
સાયો સાયો
રામ સ્કૂલ જોયું એની સ્કૂલ ને સ્કૂલ જોયું
સ્વામી અસંસારી
રામ does school you anytime school SCOL does it no વેરી ગુડ બહુ સરસ આશીર્વાદ છે બહુ આશીર્વાદ છે આશીર્વાદ લઈ લે પસંદ કરના જય શ્રી ખૂબ આશીર્વાદ let વિતરાગતા fragrance emanate in you
દાદા ભગવંતની એવી નામના દાદા ભગવંતની એવી નામના દાદા ભગવંતની એવી નામના
I know yes he repented
વ્યાતરાવે મહાન
જય સચિન
હો અંબાલાલ તે આપનો ચાંદલો અંબાલાલ તે આપનો ચાંદલો એની આંખોમાં અમૃત પ્રેમના એની આંખોમાં અમૃત પ્રેમના એની આંખોમાં અમૃત પ્રેમના એની આંખોમાં અમૃત પ્રેમના
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ સચ્ચિદાનંદ
કરાવેલા એના જ્ઞાની તે ચંદાની ચાંદની ઓ
સચ્ચિદાનંદ
વાદમાં તો અવનીમાં મોક્ષ બતાવે રે, તો અવનીમાં મોક્ષ બતાવે રે. આત્મ શુદ્ધાત્માની વાતમાં, આત્મ શુદ્ધાત્માની વાતમાં એ તો અવનીમાં મોક્ષ બતાવે રે, તો અવનીમાં મોક્ષ બતાવે રે. વ્યવહારને નિશ્ચયની નાવમાં, વ્યવહારને નિશ્ચયની નાવમાં કઈને સુકાની અમને તરાવે રે, સુકાની અમને તરાવે રે. વ્યવહારને નિશ્ચયની નાવમાં, વ્યવહારને નિશ્ચયની નાવમાં કઈને સુકાની અમને તરાવે રે, કઈને સુકાની અમને તરાવે રે. સંસારી છતાં સાધુ સોહામણા.
Pavan and Meena and Uma, Pavan and Meena, Uma are downstairs. His nose started bleeding here.
સંસારી છતાં સાધુ સોહામણા. પાણી વર્તન શાસ્ત્ર પ્રમાણ, શાસ્ત્ર પ્રમાણ હો અંબાલાલ તે
જય શ્રી રામ. સચ્ચિદાનંદ
પ્રગટ વડલો ગે ગુરસો જ્ઞાનનો, શુદ્ધ જ્ઞાન છાયા ત્યાં પમાય રે, પ્રગટ વડલો ગે ગુરસો જ્ઞાનનો, શુદ્ધ જ્ઞાન છાયા ત્યાં પમાય રે. એની વહેતી સર્વાણી ઉપદેશની, હોવે પિતા ન કોઈ કરાય રે, હોવે પિતા ન કોઈ કરાય રે. એની વહેતી સર્વાણી ઉપદેશની, હોવે પિતા ન કોઈ કરાય રે, સૌના ઉદ્ધારે જીવન દયામણા, ઉદ્ધારે જીવન દયામણા, સૌના ઉદ્ધારે જીવન દયામણા, ઉદ્ધારે જીવન દયામણા. સંગમેશ્વર નિર્માણી પરમા,
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. બસ
હો અંબાલાલ તે આપનો ચાંદલો, અંબાલાલ તે આપનો ચાંદલો. દાદા ભગવંતની એવી નામના, દાદા ભગવંતની એવી નામના એ તો પૂજ્યા કરાવે મહાન, એ તો પૂજ્યા કરાવે મહાન. ઓ અંબાલાલ તે આપનો ચાંદલો, અંબાલાલ તે આપનો ચાંદલો. એની આંખોમાં અમૃત પ્રેમના, એની આંખોમાં અમૃત પ્રેમના, એની નિત્ય કરાવે લહાણ, એની નિત્ય કરાવે લહાણ. હોવે ના જ્ઞાની તે ચંદાની ચાંદની,
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ.
જય
હા જયંતભાઈ હા બંને રીતે બધા તરફથી
બધા તરફથી છે.
3 ભેગી કરી અને અહીંયા લઈ લો 3 સાથે ત્રણે સાથે જ આમ લઈ લો છૂટે એ બાદ જો સચ્ચિદાનંદ જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. એટલે સમજવાની બહુ તાલાવેલી બહુ છે, બહુ સાયન્ટિફિક સમજવાનું માંગે. જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. ખૂબ આશીર્વાદ. જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. આનંદ ચાલશે રવા છે. પંચ આજ્ઞા પરમાનંદ બોલો.
બરાબર કર્યા પછી જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. જ્ઞાન 5 આજ્ઞામાં
જોરથી
જ્ઞાન 5 આજ્ઞામાં આજ્ઞા 5 જ્ઞાન દીક્ષા.
आप ये पद है ने 5 आज्ञा आपको समझाई ने कल, तो दिस इज लाइक वो मिलिट्री में मार्च पास्ट आता है ना, इट इज लाइक दैट. ज्ञान 5 आज्ञा मंजूर थी बोलवानो.
ज्ञान 5
बोलो. ज्ञान 5 आज्ञाમાં
ज्ञान 5 આજ્ઞામાં
જ્ઞાન 5 આજ્ઞામાં
આજ્ઞા 5 જ્ઞાન દીક્ષા.
જોર से
ખુલ્લા પોળ મોક્ષ માર્ગ.
ખુલ્લા
ચૂકવાથી આવે શિક્ષા. બુદ્ધિ તર્કે વિશ્વ માર્ગ. જ્ઞાન 5 આજ્ઞામાં
બે વખત બોલો. જ્ઞાન 5 એ તો 2 માર્ચ પાસ છે, માર્ચ પાસ જેવું બોલવું.
જ્ઞાન 5 આજ્ઞામાં આજ્ઞા 5 જ્ઞાન દીક્ષા.
બે વખત
ખુલ્લા પોળ મોક્ષ માર્ગ. આજ્ઞા 5 જ્ઞાન દીક્ષા. ખુલ્લા પોળ મોક્ષ માર્ગ.
ખુલ્લા પોળ મોક્ષ માર્ગ.
ચૂકવાથી આવે શિક્ષા. બુદ્ધિ તર્કે વિશ્વ માર્ગ. ચૂકવાથી આવે શિક્ષા. બુદ્ધિ તર્કે વિશ્વ માર્ગ. જ્ઞાન 5 आज्ञामा
ज्ञान पांच आज्ञामा
ज्ञान पांच आज्ञामा
ज्ञान पांच आज्ञामा
આપણે રશ્મિભાઈ કોલંબસ ઓહાયોથી છે.
सूक्ष्म वाणी जाने
हेलो रश्मिभाई. उमाबेन, ये कविराज का एक पद है कीर्तन, उसमें 5 आज्ञा का अच्छी समझ आ जाती है. सो विल डू सत्संग ऑन दैट. जो तुम रखो
ना
ज्ञान 5 आज्ञामा. तो ज्ञान तो हमें मिल गया कि मैं शुद्धात्मा हूँ, अपना रियलाइज हो गया. और आज सुबह जैसे ही फिजिकल ड्रीम स्लीप से मुक्त हुए तो मैं शुद्धात्मा हूँ वो हाजिर है कि नहीं? इमीडिएटली, राइट? एज यू वोक अप पवन, that I am pure soul. It's continuing, no? तम you बधाने છે ને? तो आज कल ज्ञान के आगे, ज्ञान के पहले न जानते हुए हम कौन है, जो हम नहीं वो हम मानते थे, शरीर जो हम नहीं उसको बिलीफ में मैं हूँ ऐसी बिलीफ थी. पवन समझ, you understand? So in that belief we are going on and on and on and trying to find light in darkness. Do you understand? Trying to find light in darkness by worshipping, going to temples, ritualistic practices, kirtans, bhajans and so many other means. You understand? Now today, yesterday, that seedling was implanted, my Shuddhatma, that absolute seedling, and today your state is second phase of the moon out of darkness. Do you follow? It was a full dark moon and yesterday first phase, today is the second phase. जैसा अमीन साहब ने आपको समझाया था, रात को जाके घर में अपने खुद को सुनाई पड़े इस ढंग से अच्छी तरह से, just at the time of going to sleep, go on chanting, मैं शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ, I am pure soul, I am pure soul, I am pure soul. You go on chanting. 5, 25, 30 चैंटिंग में बॉडी सो जाएंगी और चैंटिंग चालू रहेगा, उसका फल मिलता है. ऐसा नहीं. तो आज सेकंड फेज ऑफ द मून हुआ है. डू अंडरस्टैंड? एंड व्हाट डज इट इंडिकेट? इट इंडिकेट्स योर शिव स्वभाव हैज विथ ग्लोरी एंड ज्योति हैज ओपनड आउट. शिव ज्योति. यू फॉलो उमाबेन? शिव ज्योति, शिवा, शिवा ज्योति. That is second phase of the moon. You know the photo of Shiva with the all these things, with the cobra at the, and also Jata here there is second phase of the moon. You see, and there is a dot over that also. It indicates, that dot indicates realized state of Shiv Jyoti Swabhav. That is the indication of the dot. You understand? That is how that shlok is there for yogis. Om Karam Bindu Sanyuktam. You know that? Om Karam Bindu Sanyuktam. Dhyayanti Nitya Yoginah. Yogi Pulok Purusho ओमकार बिंदु संयुक्तम, ऐसा ओम जो ऐसा लेटेस्ट फॉर्म में है उनका ध्यान करते हैं. कोई सफ़ेद करते हैं, कोई सर्कस लगाते हैं, वाइट, इट इज ओपनिंग आउट लाइक दैट ओम. यू अंडरस्टैंड? So they meditate on that letter Om with that, and with that second phase of the moon and dot over that. Om Karam Bindu Sanyuktam. Bindu Sanyuktam. Not only that second phase, but Bindu. You understand? Bindu is the indicative of the realized state. Do you understand? So, yogis, they meditate on this Om. Om Karam Bindu Sanyuktam Dhyayanti Nitya Yoginah. Kamadam Mokshadam Chaiva. Kyun? In this relative world, Kamadam means relative living, all relative life. Kamadam means samsar. And samsar means to stay in the house and house relations and with house responsibilities and everything, household functions. Everybody in the world that is considered as samsar. And those who have renounced the house and relations, they are free from samsara. That is the world language. Do you understand? But it is not the language of Shiva. Shiva's language is different. God's the language is different. Do you follow? So, Kamadam Mokshadam Chaya. Kamadam means samsara, means wherever there is ownership of the body which is not one as soul is called samsara. Then one may be in the house as a householder or a renounced sadhu. It makes no difference. Do you follow? So samsara is where ownership of the body is. And ownership of the body is basically, in principle, as a root cause, is ownership at the mind level. Do you understand? That is how mind is the very root cause of all wandering from life to life, from infinite times till infinite times, till one gets realized about one's own self. Do you understand? Bindu Sanyuktam, realized state with the Bindu. So he is free from samsara. Then he may be in the house or a sadhu, renounced. Does not make difference. Do you understand? आपको समझ में आया? आपको ओमकार कामदम मोक्षदम चाहिए. तो जो रिलेटिव लाइफ है वहाँ बिंदु संयुक्तम अपना स्टेट शिव ज्योति शिव स्वभाव खुला हो गया. तो वैसी घर में रहते हुए भी हम जीवन मुक्त दशा से अभी फ्लो मेरा चलता रहेगा. जीवन मुक्त दशा से. You see? मोक्षदम चाहिए. मोक्षदम मीन्स मा मुक्त दशा. सो मोक्ष का इनिशिएशन हो गई, एक्सपीरियंस हुआ, रिलीज फ्रॉम द ओनरशिप ऑफ द माइंड, स्पीच एंड बॉडी. यू अंडरस्टैंड? सो कामदम मोक्षदम चाहिए. घर में व्यवहार में रहते हुए भी हमारा जीवन मुक्त दशा से मुक्ति प्रयाण चालू हुआ. किसी की घर की और घर के संसार के व्यवहार की किसी भी एक्टिविटी आपको बॉन्डिंग नहीं होगी. बॉन्डिंग हैज स्टॉप्ड. बंधन कर्म पड़ना बंद हो गया है. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड? कर्म का सीडलिंग्स देयर इज द स्टॉप नाउ. ओनली डिस्चार्ज हैज रिमेन्ड. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड? कामदम मोक्षदम चे. इवन इन द हाउस our जीवन मुक्त दशा is progressing further and further towards complete moksha. You see, there is total liberation, nirvana. Nirvana, what you understand? Nirvana, when you understand? Nirvana, that's how. That means getting absoluteness in the final human body form that you will get in a matter of 2 to 3 lives. That's all. Just a 2 or 3 lives. With this being Kali Yuga, this mind, speech, body, karma stock that is subject to discharge is not exhaustible in one life, in this life, because of Kali Yuga age influence. Listen. So 80% plus stock will get phased out. Some will remain because of the Kali age, and for that you will have higher forms, 1 or 2, which are just the forms of adjustment towards total liberation and achieving that final stage, final birth, wherein absoluteness will open out. Do you understand? The way the absoluteness has opened out in Simandra Swami Bhagwan and all absolutes. Understand? So our absolute own potency of knowing power, seeing power, infinite, all the powers, infinite bliss, that absolute experience will open out. This is the beginning, and the process has started now. Do you follow? Om Karam Bindu Sanyuktam Dhyayanti Nitya Yoginah कामदम मोक्षदम चैव ओमकाराय नमो नमः. सो योगी पुरुष जो ध्यान करते हैं और ओमकार को नमस्कार करते हैं, वो जो नमस्कार करते हैं योगी पुरुष, आप घर वाले उसमें आ गए. उनको मालूम नहीं लेकिन आ गए. यू अंडरस्टैंड? देयरफॉर नाउ योर लाइफ, अपनी खुद की जिंदगी बहुत बिना बर्डन रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो गई, विदाउट बर्डन, लाइट. Umaben, do you understand? And responsibility is that where there is no burden. Can you understand that? Sure? You see, where there is no burden, responsibility, jawabdari. Kyun? Ki now you have realized as to I am pure soul and this mind, speech, body assembly is my relative, immediate next door relation, which is called neighbor relation. Immediate next door relation is which relation? Yes, everybody knows that we are not knowing, and the best relation is this relation. You follow? Amongst all the relative relations. But when? After realization, not otherwise. And the moment that relation is established, that's all. That shoe opens out. You see? So now this mind, speech, body, neighbor relation that is closest to you as number one file, you follow? Is for you Shuddhatma as Shiva, Parvati. You follow? Prakruti. You follow? Prakruti. You understand? Prakruti mena pratikruti. Repeat. Prati means the kruti that was done in the past life in Ajnan, not knowing who am I, Pavan. That kruti has resulted in this birth and whole lifetime it is phasing out as pratikruti. Action and reaction are equal and you should go on speaking with me. Action, come on. તમને લોકોને મેં કહ્યું બોલો. Action and reaction are opposite and equal or otherwise. Can I not taste them? Meena, you follow? Yeah. Right? So which is first ajna now? Tell me, Meena, you tell me.
Relatively speaking,
I am Rila. I am Meena. Yeah. Right? 100%?
Yeah.
Any doubt about that? Sure? Fine. Then who are you by other viewpoint? And which is the other viewpoint?
Real viewpoint, I am Shraddha.
Sure? And that is second ajna or first ajna?
That's the second.
Sure?
Yeah.
100%? No doubt about that? Think again. Pawan, you? Which is first ajna?
Relatively speaking.
Right. And second?
By a real viewpoint.
I am pure soul. And that is 100% so?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Not 101%? No, tell me, reply.
Yeah, I'm really sure.
Not 101%? No. Not 99?
No.
Exact 100? Then you are right. Sometimes out of over enthusiasm, 101%, 1000%. People say like that. That is over enthusiasm, right? And 100% is as it is. Right? Or not? Because you have become normal now. Normal. By real viewpoint, you will be viewing, you know now that I am pure soul, and you will be viewing everybody in all bodies which are packings, relative packings, you will view Shuddhatma. The way Lord Krishna gave vision to Arjun, and Arjun saw that, and then he could fight. Understand? So, Atmavat sarvabhuteshu. Atmavat, bhuteshu. Atmavat. I am pure soul. Likewise, in all living forms, I see pure soul. In trees, plants, insects, animals, everywhere. Even God forms are body forms, but with pure soul within. So, in whichever deity, God you believe, it's okay, but now you will be viewing pure soul within also. And viewing pure soul within and you are worshipping a particular idol or deity would be much effective. Do you understand? Say you are worshipping Amba Mata or Durga Mata, Shakti, but with pure soul vision within, it will be very effective. Do you understand? So these first two agnyas, two viewpoints. So this particular kirtan is based on 5 agnyas. Gnana panche agnyama. So our absolute gnan, that will be opening out in you day-to-day life in by degrees. You see, that is in these 5 sentences only. Actually your realized state is there, but because mind, speech, body, talk is still there for you to get dispensed with. Dispensed means to get free from the accountability of those karmic forces. Understand? Is it accountability or not?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Pavan is accountability or not?
Yeah.
How?
Well, because
Getting born and you will have to live out, right? It's accountability. It is not choice. Huh? It is no choice, nahi? Perforce. I understand?
Yeah.
Now we are not knowing who am I. So that is established that I am pure soul. So that is called marji. Marji means your free will. No, free will in world language they are using, but here you cannot use. This is realization. Do you understand? World language they use this meaning free will and choice and so many things. You see? But these are the languages of the blind people with open eyes, groping in the dark. Do you follow?
But we still have choice, don't you?
How?
Uma has the choice to do right or wrong.
That Uma. If Uma has choice to do right or wrong, then it is your choice all the time. Then that third agnya, which we have given you, that scientific, circumstantial, evidential, that is the power. And because of that power, everything is active. No activity can ever happen without any power. That you believe? Now, that power is not an independent power. You understand? It is a power that is the result of your past life ignorance, which got charged and got fed in that vast arrangement which is computer-like, called Vyavasthit Shakti. Shakti. Without Shakti, this world cannot exist at all. That you believe or no? Shakti or no? Everything. And which Shakti? That Shakti which is the feed to the computer, vast computer, which is called Samasti. Vyasti means individuals, and sum total of all of the individuals, that is Samasti. Do you follow? Now that Samasti is the operative power, not independently, but out of the feeding programmed thing that is fed there in the computer, and just it gets displayed out. That's all, nothing more. It's a discharging power, whole computer-like, scientifically, circumstantial, evidential wise, whole super arrangement. Do you understand? And that is called Supreme God or whatever Ishwar one may call. That is understood by everybody in the world, including Bharat, whole India without exception. But it is true for them, it is so. Because if they won't believe like that, they will not be fearing the God. That means all this power. And when they will not be fearing, they will be acting very negatively. So it has to be there, God fearing. You see? But now for you, God's state has opened out. Almighty state has opened out. And that is within, not without. Can speak?
That's good.
And what is without? That is the puzzle for the whole world. And now puzzle is solved. There are two viewpoints to solve this puzzle. The world is the puzzle itself. By two viewpoints, your puzzle is solved. And now you have realized as to I am pure soul, distinctly separate from mind, speech, body, assembly. You follow? And by relative viewpoint, I am name bearer self. But by real viewpoint, I am pure soul. So these two viewpoints, the puzzle is solved. Relative viewpoint and real viewpoint. That is how. But it is not so for others. Now you have acquired that vision, divine vision, your own vision, pure soul vision. And because of that vision and mind, speech, body, all karma stock is there, balance for you. For us it is gone. Therefore we are absolutely separate from the body in every way. I am absolutely separate from the speech function that is happening now, getting spoken out. You as listening. But I as pure soul is totally different, and I see in everybody as pure soul. You as listeners and your pure soul is totally different. So mind, gnata, rasta, svabhav, this speaking arrangement, and you as listener, all these things at a time they remain with, at a time, spontaneously. Do you understand? And that will happen to you now. That will happen to you gradually. But today you are understanding these 5 agnas better, little more details. So, the third agnya is given because you have got this vision and vision has opened out. Therefore, it is given to you, whoever were in the Gnani. You see, we are responsible for you, for yourself being surrendered to us totally. And yet, now you are going back to your houses. You will be attending to your duties, day-to-day functions and everything. Nothing has changed. Only that bonding aspect which was not letting you or experience to taste you realize your state, separate from the body, in spite of doing efforts for that. That nobody can do. A bonded one cannot free himself. How can he? A free man, we can tell, oh, I feel very uneasy in this bonding. Please release me. So he will just put a cut in the string and he'll, oh, now I am free. Understand? Upon you follow? You people. And your mind, speech, body karmas will go on getting phasing out. And your own Shaktis will open out. Atma Shakti. Understand? Atma Shakti. Original Shakti is Atma Shakti. Original. But in the very presence of that original Shakti, out of wrong belief, I as body self, immediately there, just by belief only, whole molecules get sucked inside and they get charged by the power. So that Shakti operates in this way. It is get fed there, and in the discharging way, it gets discharged out. Unless that power is there, what would have been the situation of the whole world? Do you follow? And that is believed as God. And unless that God is there, how can world happen? That is for the world. That is world language and world view. But for realized people, factual position is this, that by relative viewpoint, all living forms what you see are by relative viewpoint only. By real viewpoint, pure soul as realized by you, within you, as separate from body. And same thing in every living form, separate from all relative living forms as pure soul within. Understand? A tree by relative viewpoint is a tree, by real viewpoint pure soul. A rose plant is rose plant by relative viewpoint, by real viewpoint pure soul. So, hey, pure soul, I am taking this rose flower for offering to the deity. Or if you want to use for your use, you can say that for my use I like it, so I use it. You can take it. Please forgive me. And then you take, you are not responsible. You see. Then you may ask, question may occur to you that if I want to, I feel like slapping somebody and say, oh Shuddhatma Bhagwan, I would like to slap somebody, please. You cannot do that. Because you get immediate reply for that. Right?
same thing about the fruits and vegetables and everything.
Everything, if you, because now your real vision is opened out, Shuddhatma vision, and that vision you are going to use. It is not a relative use. Aisa, the way you use the things, I use this glass to drink water, take water in it and drink it like that. It is not relative. It is natural, your own nature and your own qualities you are using, your own light you are using. Knowing light, seeing light, infiniteness. Understand? You as Shuddhatma are user of your own Jnana Prakash light, Shuddhatma Prakash, Darshan Prakash light. So Darshan Prakash is a vision light. So by that vision you will be viewing everything. Right? You can do that. But wherever necessary, not every time. Because all the time by Shuddhatma vision you will be laying out the life. And where you will make mistake, you will correct yourself. Because now you are separate from the body. If you are one with the body, how can you correct yourself? Or how can you see your own mistake? It is impossible. I as Uma cannot see my own mistake. How can you? In belief, I as Sunam Taru, Sarla, તું તારી ભૂલ કેવી રીતે જોઈ શકશે? કારણ કે I સરલા તો હું કેવી રીતે જોઈ શકું? પણ I શુદ્ધાત્મા, તો in શુદ્ધાત્મા vision, Sarla gets seen inside and everything. And now your mistakes will go on getting seen in your. And mistakes, what will be seen are S-E-E-N-S. S-C-E-N-S. S-C-E, sin. What is the spelling? S-C-E? Sins.
S-C-E-N-E.
So those mistakes are sins. You see? And you are the seer of the sins. Sins get seen S-W-N in you as you are seer. Do you understand? Yes, it gets reflected. The way objects get reflected in the mirror and objects get seen. You see? By itself, object cannot be seen. Do you follow? But mirror has no such independent state of that reflecting. It is the nature of the mirror. It is a physical, gross thing. It is a simile for soul. Soul is mirror-like, what they call grossly. Understand? But actually, it is very subtle. It has no form. So in subtleness, it is space-like in the body. So in the space-like soul, everything go on getting reflected. And the more and more in your life, as you go further, see everything what is happening as relative. I real Shuddhatma, you dissociate, you remain dissociated, and your dissociated state, vision gets clearer and clearer. That is why that ritual vidhi is told to you, that as Uma, you read this, every vidhi, every letter of it correctly, and with pure soul vision, supervision will be taking place. So in supervisory state, your relative vision will get more clearer. You see, and your chitta that is inside, which is discharge part of the body again, you see, it will be getting purer and purer. I mean, clearer and clearer. You see, and your Shuddhatma vision will be more getting firmed up. સમજ્યું? એ પાકી થતી જશે. So, two ajnas, relative viewpoint and real viewpoint. Third, Vyavasthi Shakti is the doer of all these activities. Doer means not the way in world sense we understand कि doer मैंने ये काम किया इसीलिए मैं उसका करने वाला हूँ. ये अर्थ में नहीं है. ये तो एक साइंटिफिक सर्कमस्टेंशियल एविडेंस पावर है. इट इज साइंटिफिक एंड देयरफॉर लोग उसको दे हैव नो रिच टू दैट, एंड बिकॉज इट इज नो रिच देयर एंड इन द लाइफ ऑल्सो बाय चॉइस वेयर देयर इज नो रिच दे एवरीथिंग इम्प्लाई देयर. ओह इट्स गॉड. इज दैट राइट? डू यू फॉलो? नोबडी वांट्स टू टेस्ट अनहैप्पीनेस. वुड एनीबडी? No, by choice nobody, right? By choice everybody wants to be happy. Is this so? And yet unhappiness always is tested. Why? If choice is there,
Past.
and their past comes. And choice is what? How? You want happiness and you are tasting unhappiness. From where it came? Therefore no choice. Therefore no choice. You see, happiness people don't know where it is. You see, in activity they find happiness is not there. No. But it is after realization. Huh? Otherwise it is all right. Outside you cannot tell anybody like this. Huh? Outside don't tell anybody. Yesterday अमीन साहब ने समझाया ना, व्यवस्थित किसी को बोलने के लिए नहीं है, तो समझने के लिए है. अगर बोलने गए तो वो दूसरा मिसयूज करेगा उसका. It is not for others, for only for those who have got vision, not otherwise. When their time will come and their punya and all that and timing will come, then they will come to know. So this is the mystery never meant to be opened out. Never. In this Kali time, Dada Bhagwan, out of infinite, absolute compassion, you see, wonderful compassion, he opened out, looking to the state of the generally everybody who are desirous of seeking freedom from all these bondages, woes, tensions and worries, and yet they don't have credit to digest it. They have no credit. You see, a lioness milk has to be in a pot that can receive it. That's how it is. But in these times, mind, speech, body, assembly are not of that order that can do. Therefore, this Agnya has to be given, because your stock is there. And this Vyavasthit Agnya is specifically given so that you don't again have vikalp, that I, dissociated I, you see, again gets one with the relative by doership. Understand? That I am doing. No. So you have to keep in mind. Because of the past forces and past karmas now happening, and force of that karmas may make you not to believe, but out of force to say, no, I have done this, some taste, or it happens to me. It will happen because of the force, not by belief, let me tell you. By belief will it be there, Umaben? Sure? How many % you say now? No 99? No 101. That's why it can never happen, let me tell you, this can never happen. 100% doubtlessness about your own real self can never happen. And this is what you acquired. And now that preservation of that and living during the life is by these 5 sentences, the first 2 viewpoints. When it is experienced and you are realized, why viewpoints? Why should I practice that by relative viewpoint I am Meena, by real viewpoint I am pure soul? Why? When you have done this, well, I have done it through grace. But because of this karmic stock, it will not allow you to remain so. It is established. But that established state cannot remain with you because of the capacity of the mind, speech, body being not of that order. Do you understand? Yet the punya is there, lucky part of it. That is how you acquired. So to make best of that punya and what you have achieved, this Agnya Dharma, simple. Nothing in your life gets disturbed by this Agnya Dharma, 5 sentences. Think over. Can anything will be disturbed by these 5 sentences life? By living out life with 2 viewpoints, will it be obstructing in any way? No? Sure? Umaben, for you? Sure? Your functions will go on easily? Much efficiently, let me tell you. Much efficiently. The work that you will be doing, you may be doing previously in 5 hours, will be done in 1-2 hours. Gradually, time will lessen. So much efficient everything will be there, and you have a lot of spare time. And your spare time is not your time, because time-wise you are free from time now as Shuddhatma. Time cannot touch Shuddhatma, because Shuddhatma vision is a drashta vision, and mind is drashya. Ask.
What's drashta?
Drashta means seer. S-E-E-R. Do you know? You understand?
Yeah.
This is drashti, vision. And with this eyes I see. So I am drashta of that object as body. The way like that, now from body you are dissociated. Therefore, as poor soul, you are drashta of your own relative self. So your mind becomes drashya, seen. And you are drashta. If thought process occurs and thought whatever is there, it is a drashya. You are drashta. Mind is object and you are the knower of that object. Known object and you are knower. So knower-known relationship has been established between the mind and you as pure soul. Do you understand? That is how you are released now. Mind is the root cause of wandering in all the lives, and very release from the mind is the release from samsara. That is the scriptural all-time fact. Very release from mind. Release from mind is called release from samsara. Not renouncing home and relations is getting freedom from. No. Wherever there is mind, there is samsara. That is ownership, ownership wise. So now, mind, whose mind it is now? Meena, tell. Meena's? Sure? So you are telling as if Meena is different other than you? Now you will be starting talking in third person as we. This has happened to Meena. Meena is thinking like that. This is a good thing. Pawan, you follow?
Yeah.
Even if you don't speak, inside it will be, you will be living like that in a dissociated way. Do you understand? So, knower and seer is the divine light of prajna that is opened out in you now, today. And that prajna throughout your life will be always cautioning you every time. And prajna by itself is a cautioned state, distinctly separate from the body. And as a constant state and as a cautioning self, look here, where no relative thing is required, where they have to come together and for it to happen. No, it is natural now. It's divine. It's divine. And that is Shivji's third mitra. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, you as belief-wise and realized way, Shuddhatma, but you have not become Shuddhatma. You realized only. So your belief will be getting more firmer, and your seeing power will get more clearer. And in those, all the things that will be seen will be relative, and you as seer, as real, that will go on happening to you. Do you understand? So this prajna prakash, throughout your life will go on cautioning you, guiding you in your life, and always cautioning you in anything that is even forceful for you, a forceful thing, making you believe that as real. But that prajna will caution, hey, look here, that is relative, real, Shuddhatma. And yes, Shuddhatma, like that. You see? So it is an interim state. What is that? Interim state. And ultimate is absoluteness. So second phase is opened out, third phase, fourth phase, fifth phase will open out. Do you understand? Dada's phase is 14th phase. This physically what you see, But Dada Bhagwan state is full moon state. The same as Lord Shimananda Swami Paramatma. Lord Shimananda Swami Paramatma is the full moon phase, body wise as well as pure soul, absoluteness. You see, Tirthankara. Do you follow?
Yeah.
And Dada 14th phase. But Dada Bhagwan state is 15th phase. That is how he had communion with Shimananda Swami Bhagwan. Therefore, when we go to Shimananda Swami Bhagwan, he is in the other human world, in direct relation to our world. And Dada Bhagwan had communication with Shimananda Swami Bhagwan. And that is how we say, Pratyaksh Dada Bhagwan ki sakshya mein, वर्तमान में महाविद्य क्षेत्र में विचरते हुए सिमंदर स्वामी भगवान को हम अत्यंत भक्ति से नमस्कार करते हैं प्रत्यक्ष दादा भगवान की साक्ष्य में बोलते हैं. Keeping Dada Bhagwan as witness, because he has communication. We have not seen him. Dada Bhagwan has seen him. Do you see? By here, by this Shuddhatma vision. It was of that high order. Do you follow? And it directly benefits, even by in this world, if we recite that Namaskar, our Namaskar reaches there and we benefit, tremendous benefit. Do you follow? So, these two viewpoints. And third Agnya, Vyavasti Shakti is the doer of all the activities. And because of the Vyavasti Shakti, all this relative active world, what you see all around, is active because of that. So we are puppet-like. Why you are laughing? Puppet. Have you seen puppetry show? You liked it? You, Pavan? You never saw?
I've seen.
You have seen? It's a good one. In India it is very good. Kataputli. Sarla the Kataputli. પણ આપણે કોઈને કહેવાનું નહીં, બોલવાનું નહીં મોડેથી, આ સમજવાનું. કટપુતલી. અને તું મને આમ કરે છે, હવે એવું બહુ નહીં કરું જોરથી. ખરે કહીશ કે આમ કેમ કરે છે. તારે જ્ઞાની થઈ જવું છે. એ તને આપીશ, પછી આપીએ છીએ. એ બીજા સાધનો છે, એ આપીશ. અરે બહુ વન્ડરફુલ છે, મોટું સાયન્સ છે. એ તો સાયન્સ છે એટલે ઇવન ચિલ્ડ્રનને આપો ને, દે કેન ઇઝીલી અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ દેટ. ધેર આર અધર થિંગ્સ. આપશું પછી ધીમે રહીને, જતાં લઈ જજો. તો થર્ડ આજ્ઞા, scientific circumstantial evidences is the operative power that in the fall season, whole of the America fall regularly from season. That's okay. Trees are not dead, they are alive. And when the spring comes and little everything like, oh, it is sprouting. Do you understand? So long as the Shuddhatma is there and the lifespan is still there, all these things happen. Trees have lifespan, you know that? How many years? What is the oldest tree? Let her tell. Let her tell. You don't prompt.
No, I'm not prompting. I'm just telling her to say love.
Yes.
Redwood.
Redwood, yeah, right, redwood. And another, if you would like to know, an oldest tree on the earth is in New Zealand, North Island, at the tip of the North Island. They are 5,000 years old. શીશમ લાયક, આપણે ત્યાં શીશમ થાય છે ને એવા ઝાડ છે તે, પણ બહુ જૂના છે એ ઝાડ. 5,000 ઓલ્ડેસ્ટ. ઓકલેન્ડ નોર્થ ટીપ પર, ત્યાં નોર્થ આઇલેન્ડ. That is how. And insects, what do you think the life of insects are? In 1 hour, there are lives in elementary form which can be 100,000 in 1 hour. Oof. You can't believe. But you already know certain insects, immediately after sunset, they come up and they die. That's life only. So many. You know that? So pure soul, it is migratory state. We have all passed through all those stages. You and me and all of us. Your mummy too. Don't you? But ignorance is bliss. What?
Ignorance is bliss.
And everybody tries to know past. Past is past. Only fool can open their book. Why? A moment past is past, finished. And what is not in your hand, future, you are hankering after that, going. Now you are in the present as pure soul.
Some people know?
Huh?
Is it true some people can tell? Past and future?
Gnani, a Gnani in his present state can see all the past that is past, yet in the present it can get reflected in our present state. And what is to happen, result wise, it can reflect in our state, everything. But We are never out of our present state. Do you understand? Past is past in human language, but when at that particular time it was there, it was present. Future is future in human language, but when in future at that point the state of being will be there, it will be present. It is all the time present, but this is the language of the darkness. Of course, it is because most of the world is in that only. So they do need. They would like to go to a for predictions. They would like to approach. You know, astronomy.
My father's an astrologer.
Right. You like to know astrology? Yeah. Now you have known everything. I am Shuddhatma. Where is the necessary for you to know? If the knower is known, everything is known. Repeat.
If the knower is known, you know everything.
And to know whatever is in the world, everybody tries to know. After all, to what end? There has to be end. It is end, but is groping in the dark. They don't know. Because in the very presence of that knower, they are trying to know the other things. Because knower is unknown. Even highest sages and saints also, everything. So long as realization is not there. In the times of Rama, so many Rishi, Muni, Tapasvis, Yogis were there. No, listen, no matter. It's okay. No rules. Don't be strict like that now. Don't be strict. Here, freedom. Because we have made you free from all laws. Which laws? Relative laws. It does not mean that you are going to behave any way you like. No, how can it be? Impossible. That these lawmakers will not allow you. Nobody will allow you that. You see, it is an automatic arrangement. But here, realization of our own pure state, pure soul state, is freedom from all laws, man-made laws. You see, and then the relative number one file becomes subject to one supreme law only, so that you need not go to courts now. Do you follow? You need not go to courts or now or engage advocates and lawyers in America. What do you think they are? What do you think? Only lucky ones will escape. It's difficult to escape. Once you come in the clutches, you see, it is not their fault. It is the time aspect. Time aspect. You see? So now you will be in your life in such a way that you are subject to supreme law, one law, no law. What is it? So repeat. No dash law, no which in dash in between the word. No law. Do you follow? No dash law, no law. Do you follow? You? Pakka? Aapko? No law. How can be such a lawlessness statement can be made? How? But only for those who wants to get release from all this wandering and this world of the wise people. And such few people are not considered wise in this wild world by the majority. Do you understand? Because they are not adjustable to them. And that is how you seek freedom, otherwise do you understand? So, is the present world wise world? Oh? No, but don't tell anybody that. And suppose by chance you go in a lunatic hospital where you are to go and you said, well, you are suddenly in a mission, you have to stay there 5 days or a week. What will be your condition with lunatics in the hospital? Huh? Why should you be crazy? You must know how to act. If you try to stay there as a wise person amongst those, naturally you'll be crazy. At least for that period of the drama, you have to act like them only. You also do like that. But your attention will be when the time is over and I be very nearest to the escaping point, door, wherever it is, so that I stay gradually. I get myself positioned so that when the time comes immediately, I am immediately near the door and run. They don't know because we are acting. Because he is one part and parcel of us. Go fine. But if we are not, then definitely crazy. Meena laughs now. That will be life now for you. Do you understand? You will be living in the world the way everybody lives, but dramatically. How? And dramatic living is a wrong type of living? What do you think? No. For you?
Life is a drama.
Is it?
Yes.
Just by in words?
Relative.
In words? Or by fact? By fact or words? People have to believe that life is drama. Shakespeare told that all the world is a stage and we are mere players on it. And that he said, but does anybody believe that? When it is everything to the one's liking, it's okay, speak. No. It is the experience. You see? So Gnani Purush, for a Gnani Purush, whole world, what is real to the people with open eyes is a dream only. The way for the world people, during the sleep dreams are dreams. For Gnani, this day, open eyes world is a dream. And that will be with you now. Because all that will be lived out by you in the life will be relative and you real as Shuddhatma. Relative, that is temporary, perishable, and you Shuddhatma as indestructible, changeless. You see? Non-perishable, not subject to elation, delation, depression. Wonderful. Do you follow? And you as Shuddhatma will be great caretaking of your very next door neighbor. Otherwise you have to rely on other, please this, please, like that. Now you will be taking your care. You see? So if you feel somewhat depressed little, you just go in a room before the mirror, stand up. Hey Pawan, don't get depressed, I am with you, come on now. So you pat yourself now. Don't let others pat you. Do you follow? Yes, you will experience this. You will. And do you understand? In relative world, Churchill tilted the scales which were adverse to Britain. Britain was loser and Churchill tilted the scales. He was parliamentarian and prime minister, and then he was made to speak. He could not, shivering, perspiring, and immediately ran away. But how can this happen to me? Pawan, he went home and in his own room, before the mirror, he stood up as if the whole parliament is before me, and he started lecturing himself and prepared himself. And then he faced the parliament and gave the sign, and their scales tilted. You see? Churchill, you must be knowing that. Yeah. Churchill, okay. And Churchill had knowledge? No, nothing. So here, we are Shuddhatma now. We can pat ourselves. Oh, come on now, Meena. Why do you get discouraged? Come, go ahead. Right? Yeah. You tell mummy also. Huh? Tell Papa. If Papa gets little discouraged, you tell, we help him. Will you? Yeah. You can. What is all? So, third Agnya is very crux and critical. So that because of the past, so many lives effect on us of belief that I am the doer, that will go on erasing out. And your pure soul non-doer state, Shuddhatma's non-doer state will be established more and more. And yet you will be in the active world also. You understand? The more and more that third Agnya gets digested within you. Do you follow? So we have given you this Agnya for you to keep in mind inside you during all the life files, which are karmas. Files mean karmas. And basic file is this body, number 1. So number 1 is the most important number. Therefore, in filing cabinet also, in our office, we give number 1, number 2, this. Do you understand? So, near numbers 1 to 5, 10, relations, whatever are there, they are important relations, which are in the house. Do you follow? So, rest of the files are different, list on this, that. And a person, anybody, how many files one can have? 6 billion population of the world? What would have been anybody's condition? No, hardly 100 and 150, 200. Such a small task, and people get unnecessarily scary for nothing. Such a small, and that too, your own house. Lalita is staying here now. You are in Columbus, and you are 4, right? Though parents, everything other, the grandparents, but you are 4 basically. Most of the life part, you are 4 only. 3, whatever are they. You see, such a small task. What a small task to go to moksha. Real one. And yet, people find world too large. I don't know how.
How about people like you that come in contact with so many people? Do you have so many files?
I know that, I know. But you see, it's a good question. No, see, Umaben, for us, none particle or molecule of this relative world can bind us. And yet, we are bound by everybody in a absolute free state. And that is out of our same supreme love that opened out in him, and we have tasted. And that is what we have implanted in you now. So, all divisiveness will go vanishing now. You won't find anybody other than you. That experience will grow. And I, as Shuddhatma, firmly established with experience, you see, with relation to this body for 36 years. In 1963 we got realized through divine grace of the Master. We got reared up in his laps. That was a circumstance, relatively. But at the age of 33 in 1963, when we got this realization, my state, this way, just hand was put over us, 5-10 minutes, not like this only. Very next day, oh, what Virat, I didn't realize, I saw the very elder in whose laps I grew up, and now is Paramatma and Virat. Is rare to happen, very rare. But there, nothing of my own grace. Otherwise it cannot happen. These times difficult extremely. And so much, and I was at his feet. Oh, why so? How do you feel? What can I tell you? That even then, okay, you see, just like a fish put out of water, what is the condition of that fish? And now it is full. You see? That was my experience. In 1963, and from that time on, with this basic relation. I lived with this relation only, in spite of in house, with children, house, business and everything. Everything. Do you understand? But basically I lived with this relation. My Shuddhatma's camera, every molecule of this body was so photographed and perfectly known that it got a good release, and whatever sticky part of it was there, it evaporated. Sticky part is responsible for all these things. That is why we have to give you 5 agnas now, so that sticky part will go away now gradually. And body is not at all bothersome to anybody. It can never be. It can never be. But unfortunately, body is punished for nothing, for no fault of the body. Body is nothing but a result. How can you punish a result? How can you punish a result? It is the examination hall where you are sitting and giving the examination, there care is required. Not after the examination is given, you are out and the result is coming in your hand. What can you do? The whole world is here. Do you follow? And here lies the science. Here lies the science. We will give you, it will open out in you, the way it has opened out in Jalaban. 20 years Buddhist practice, staunch, strict discipline. The Jala Mehta? Kannada? No, Tamil. You are Tamil, you know. You are from Kannada?
My grandparents are from Bangalore.
Oh, Bangalore, right. So, in 1 year, એમને એનો અનુભવ આપજો જલાબેનનો કાગળ હોય તો તમારી પાસે છે. Last year, what a chance occurrence. In India, just out of some occurrence, she comes to know about Dada Bhagwan, and then she comes to know a picture, like that, and from that, all these things. You follow? Now your experience will grow. So, for us, the experience state that we have got, and wherever we are, there is nothing, no living form that is other than me. That is my experience. You a tree, plant, anything. Insect biting me, mosquito biting me is me. I cannot bite myself, no. But immediately the insect sits, bites, and then simultaneous, spontaneous functions happen of the pure soul and relative body. That relative body is passing through the punishment that is due to it. It is not the mosquito that bites, but the fault that gets bitten. You see? So immediately it is there on the moment, and Shuddhatma in mosquito, we deal with that like that all the time. So now don't bite like this. Listen. All around you can get lesson. All around. Can't you? Just you put your vision and you get lesson. You understand? That is the state. So, for us, we have no separation in any living form, in any state, everywhere, anywhere. It may be my severest opposite, even then no. Now there cannot be anybody opposite to me at all. That is the experience. Do you understand? So, if somebody insults us, well, how can I insult myself? How can I insult me, myself, by myself? Is it possible? Nobody would do that. See? But for us, that is the experience. Therefore, we have never any insult from any quarter. And that will happen to you also. Because Now, Gnani is given, and that vidhi you will be going through every day. That will be fortifying your real viewpoint, and you will be seeing that sthul sanyogo, sukshma sanyogo, और वाणी के संयोगों पर है और पराधीन है. स्थूल means body, gross. Sukshma means mind level. Mind means all internal. Chit, consciousness, body, ego and all that. Internal organs. You see, antakaran they call it. You understand? Sukshma sanyoga. Basically, mind is the controller of all this. Whole five senses or 11 and all these things. Mind is the base there. That is how release from mind is winning over of all these senses. Indriyas. इंद्रिया जितेंद्रिय बोलते हैं ना, इंद्रियों जीतने के लिए तो सब ऋषि मुनि प्रयत्न करते हैं. तो आपकी सब इंद्रिय जीता गई. यू आर जितेंद्रिय एंड येट यू आर इन द हाउस रिलेशंस. इट इज इम्पॉसिबल. एंड येट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस 11th wonder in these adverse times and Dada Bhagwan's opening out that Paramatma Prakash, it has become possible. You see, अपना पुण्य है तो काम हो गया. तो स्थूल संयोगो, सूक्ष्म संयोग और वाणी के संयोगो, स्पीच ऑल्सो, पर एंड पराधीन. पर मीन्स अदर देन शुद्धात्मा एंड पराधीन मीन्स पर आधीन. पर मीन्स पर से पर, आधीन मीन्स टू. सो व्हाट इज दैट? दैट इज व्यवस्थित शक्ति. व्यवस्थित शक्ति, एवरीथिंग exact, perfect timing. Surya, Chandra, stars, moons, planets, sea tides, sea apes, mind processes, all body functioning, everything is so tuned and perfectly timed. You see, to such a subtlety that present day science cannot reach it. Do you follow? It cannot reach it. And present day science that went deeper into material and matter resulted into such a scary and fearful world that is today. Is it not fearful? Internet and info systems are not fearful? What's and this first bomb is prepared was here? In here?
Yeah.
Is it not fearful? America does not fear China. China does not fear everybody. Why are they made? Just to keep as a show? Meena, tell me, why atomic weapons are made? For show, keeping in show? Then for you see, these are the toys of the big people. Do you understand? Do you know the difference between the men and the boys? You like to know?
The price of their toys.
हमरी गई दिया तो. You understand? So now, with real viewpoint, you won't be toy-like because you are real viewpoint-wise divine. You see, nobody can be with you toy-like because you are by real viewpoint. You see, and whole world is living life toy-like. Even saints, sages, everybody, householders, thinkers, nobody. So long as one has not realized one's own state as to who am I. You see? Not only who am I, but who am I not. That is more important. Do you understand? That is not known to the world. In Shastras, you will be reading so many shlokas, this, that, but nothing will happen. Amin Sahib, in his whole life went, right from the age of 17, he was after all these things. And Vedant, no nook or corner of Vedanta is not known to him. Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, all these things. Then Jaina also. But when in Dada Bhagwan he made total difference. That is why we benefit from him, such vast. Because it is a comparatively. You had a lot of practice. Gayatri Mantra also. In how many ways Gayatri Mantra is for? slow समझा एक दो सैंपल तो बताओ साहब Gayatri Mantra, see the way people Gayatri in Gayatri they say, but of course those who have gone in deep they know, but Amin Sahib Gayatri very much he had a guru Sadanand Maharaj, Sadasiv Swami in Ahmedabad.
50 વર્ષ સુધી ગુફામાં નીચે રહીને વૈદિક મંત્રો અને પંચપદ્મશ્રી મંત્ર એમને આપેલો દાદાજી.
Sadasiv Swami in Ahmedabad, but 50 years in Gufa. It was 21 feet underground. I had been there. I knew one of them. It took me there, where still it is there in Ahmedabad. And it was so nice, hardly 2-3 people can sit. So even in the severest summer, wonderful. Your AC is nothing. So much like that going. 50 years. બહુ વન્ડરફુલ. શું પોતાનું સેમ્પલ તો બતાવો એક બે સાહેબ. સેમ્પલ
તો વૈદિક
How come people like Shankaracharya and all the Swamiji's, Chimananda and Vivekananda, all of them say Aham Brahmasmi. They say the same thing. That I am Brahma, Brahma is in
It is verbal. It is verbal oration. Experience cannot be there. In Jaina also it is there. Jaina. Shuddhatma. Whole life can be a mere. But unless you have become Shuddhatma and then speak once, even once, then you permanently are Shuddhatma. But without realization, just out of scriptures and that reading and all that to become, it can be the cause for punya, that's all. But it will not lead to anywhere. It is drought situation, let me tell you. All ritualistic practices of activities is a dry dot situation because they have become so jad in kriya jad. Do you understand? That punya is there, but it's a dry dot like. They will have punya circumstantial evidences, but they will be so insufficient and all that, that nobody can call it as punya also. It can happen. And yet, punya like things will be there, no doubt. So much. And those going on this side, Atma side as Brahman and all that, you see, and chanting wise, they go on lifelong. Punya will be generated, but it will be a weighted drought. Dry drought and weighted drought. You know, there are two droughts. Do you all understand? Drought, D-R-O-U-G-S-T. Weighted drought means where excessive rains. So everything gets destroyed. Lot of water, that's all, but nothing to eat. But only thing, you will have grass, that will be there afterwards. And some water. In dry drought, everything gone. Both are activities, nothing more. Very difficult. But there, all these people, Krishnamurti, China, whatever you say, nobody is of that high order. Even in these relative state saints, Raman Maharshi was there. But he had not realized. He did not board the train. He was about to board, but train, that means end came. Difficult. Ramakrishna Paramhans and certain Middle Ages, they were there. In these times, nobody is there. Shankaracharya was there. But what he told to his own sannyasins, for them to be as true to their sannyas as sannyasins, that look here, don't get lost into this samsara anywhere. So they were given so strict following that only Brahma is Satya. Whatever is Jagat, you will move about everywhere. But mind you, it is Mithya. Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya. Well, this is not all-time fact. It was for Shankaracharya. He gave to his own followers sannyasins. For sannyasins to believe was given by Shankaracharya for them to observe their sannyas properly. But sannyasins, having received these, they distributed it. And it became a common usage. Even filtered down. And everybody says, Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya. Dada Bhagwan says, no. No present days in this scientific world thinker or younger generation anything would accept that Jagat Mithya. Nobody would accept. Of scientific base, no. Explain us, what do you mean by Mithya? You see? What Mithya, what can be called? That what a activity happening and it's a all-time fact, that's all, is Mithya. It has to end. No. You see, I throw a stone on the wall. It hits the wall. It makes a sign there. Is it Mithya? No. If it is Mithya, nothing should happen to the wall or stone, anything. Just stone from nothing. But it does happen. Simple thing I did. You see? No. So Dada Bhagwan revealed the ultimate truth that world is not Mithya, Jagat is not Mithya. You see? Brahma Satya is correct. By real viewpoint, Brahma Satya is correct. And Jagat also is correct, but by relative viewpoint.
Relative correct.
And all relative, anything that present day children will easily accept, and everybody would understand that it is temporary and transitory. You follow? Ma'am? Temporary and transitory. And real is permanent and perpetual. You follow? So it has to be done like that. World cannot be said Mithya. It is, world is correct by relative viewpoint. To say Jagat is Mithya is misleading and misnomer. It is for sannyasins. Yeah, okay. They have to believe like that. Do you follow? See how things happen. And this happens from the past, in the tradition, so many things. And in these times, happening of today, afternoon, it will be totally diluted and gone and so many things. Where to get this one? Nothing. It has to be fresh. Our sanskaras are Sanatan in Bharat. You saw? Sanatan. But according to times, you see, approach to those sanskaras, you see, and living as per that, they are different all time to time. Do you understand? So, what was pertaining to Dwapar Yuga and still you are applying in this Kali Yuga. And still house sounding words and all these things, they go on. But there, because that is a large mass. It is for the mass. You see, for those thinkers is the different thing. Those who are thinking that they will not be on these things. They will not negate it, but they will say understand and they will be on their own way. Do you follow? So all these things are necessary for us now. Let us be, this is sidetracking. So we come to our 5 Agnya, basically what we have done. Because in these 5 Agnyas, in this realization, you do not negate anybody. Because you accept things as they are, that relative as relative and real as should the pure soul. You understand? There is no question of negation. Do you follow? Or no?
I do. I do.
So बोलो.
डिफरेंस इतना होता है कि वहाँ हम चैंटिंग करते हैं शुगर इज स्वीट फ्रॉम अर्ली मॉर्निंग टू इवनिंग शुगर इज स्वीट शुगर इज स्वीट शुगर इज स्वीट और इधर 1 कलाक की ये प्रयोग में शुगर अपने मुंह में डाल देते हैं देन वो पर्सन ऐसा बोलता है कि शुगर स्वीट है आत्मा में बैठा के हम आत्मा है शुद्ध आत्मा ऐसा बोलते हैं वहाँ आत्मा का रियलाइजेशन नहीं हुआ है शादी हुई नहीं है हस्बैंड वाइफ को देखा नहीं है फिर भी वो चैंटिंग करते रहता है रिजल्ट आएगा शब्द पर्याय का से संतोष होगा सेटिस्फैक्शन रिजल्ट तो इधर पहले रिजल्ट आता है साकर मुंह में डालते हैं दादा का ये बड़ा स्टेटमेंट है आत्मा होके एक समय 1 सेकंड से 1 करोड़वां फ्रैक्शन बोलना कि मैं शुद्धात्मा हूँ तो परमानेंट अनुभव है बिकॉज ऑफ परपेचुअल प्योर सोल इज परमानेंट और परमानेंट हैप्पीनेस का अनुभव होगा वहाँ आत्मा हो के आत्मा नहीं बोलते हैं
शब्द से
बोलते
तो योगी लोग शब्द ब्रह्म
तो वो साधना है
योगी लोग बस is very subtle but you need not understand for the time being it will open out within yourself वो खाली विधि में आपको ओपन होता जाएगा and this English book and what actually nothing is required for you to read now because you as Shuddhatma with Shuddhatma vision you will be viewing, knowing and seeing everywhere as things known and seen everywhere in the subtle form, subtlest form, in gross form also everywhere. Do you understand? Even two people arguing these things, so in subtle form what will be there? You will be seeing as relative this thing. Do you understand? It will be totally dramatic now. Dramatic means not real. Not real. But it cannot be said that drama is wrong. Can anybody can say that?
No.
Can anybody can say that drama is wrong?
No.
Drama is mithya, can anybody say? Drama is a drama after all. That's all. But it is not real. Therefore it is called a drama. You see? So life is a drama. But unless your realization of your state different from you as being part of the drama, how can you see life as a drama? Never possible. You see that dissociation. So two viewpoints, relative viewpoint, real viewpoint, and scientific evidence, all these things, whatever will help on, inside it will be that scientific. And fourth Agnya, this files means karmic accounts. इसको ऋण अनुबंध संबंध बोलते हैं. Indebtedness to each other in such a whatever. So whatever it is there, they have to be attended to by real viewpoint in such a way that accountability gets settled. Debit and credit of accountability part gets squared up. You see, whatever accounts they are settled, to that extent your karma gets false. You see, and your knowing, seeing power Shuddhatma opens out more. It's clear, more clearly. And your own energy, Shakti is your own open. आपकी खुद की शक्ति भी खुली है, and you have to use your own Shakti and make it open up further and further. समझे? You understand? So that in any situation of the relative life, in disappointing situations or relating situations, you will be the same. You see, in relating situations, you will not regale in anything. Oh, this is no taste. It's okay, it's happening. You will accept it as it is. Or a depressing or disappointing situation, you will not go down with that because pure soul vision wise. You see, मैं अगुरु लघु स्वभाव वाला ऐसा शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ, अगुरु लघु। वो जो विधि में सब दिया है, दैट इज हाउ डेली यू हैव टू, दैट विल हेल्प यू अ लॉट। मैं अगुरु लघु स्वभाव वाला, नॉट सब्जेक्ट टू रिलेशन एंड डिप्रेशन। यू फॉलो? मैं अव्याभास स्वरूप हूँ। बॉडी में कुछ सफरिंग हुई, कुछ भी हुआ, फिर भी इट इज अ बॉडी सफरिंग एंड आई एम ए नोअर एंड सीयर ऑफ इट। बट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस रिसेंट थिंग, for time being you will feel, oh, it pains me. You will feel, but it will be dramatic. In reality it won't be there. Do you understand? So you will be experiencing that suffering, body pain, true. But at the same time, inside, at the core, you are nowhere and share of that pain. But gradually, that suffering also will get known and seen. Do you follow? Suffering also will get, because it is subject to happiness and sorrowful state, either of the two, but both are sufferings only. Sufferings only. So now whole life for you is nothing but a suffering part. You see, a doership part is gone and that is removed. As pure soul you are non-doer. You see, and whatever doership is found in your life, you will be active, it will be as per that power. So doership is given to that power, and according to that power all the worship happens. You see, you will not own it now. Do you follow? Only suffering part is it. But suffering is the result of what? It is the result of doership. You see, now what doership? Past. That is how it is. So it is only now discharge, what we call discharge state. Whatever power, mind, speech, body, 3 batteries that were charged and got fed there, and everybody gets born, and throughout the life whole those 3 batteries go on getting discharged out. Power given, it goes on continue discharge out. You see, but now no 3 new batteries will be charged. So long as ignorance is there, 3 batteries are constantly getting discharged and 3 batteries are constantly getting charged. That is how cause effect goes on and on. So causes are stopped, only effects have remained. Do you understand? You please explain him also. So third agnya and fourth agnya file of sambhava nikal, and very small, so many files. So now we have to be more careful in our home relations rather than anywhere else. Okay. So in our home itself, our life will be such that it will be a divine life and it will be heaven. Do you understand? Real taste. Situations will come, no doubt, but yet they won't be lasting or all this. They will be superficial life and all that thing. Do you understand? Gradually it will come. So now we have not to be out of home anywhere in a way as if to acquire some fame, name or anything of that sort. If anything is to be acquired, we have to acquire the love of everybody in our own home. You see, attention, such a way that now you must have felt somewhat that Ananthan, there is a change in him before you came here. Did you not notice? What do you say? Meena, in Papa?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Because he is your Papa, you say, or just you?
He didn't get angry at all.
And you, Pawan? Then think, yes. Umaben, you did not reply. What can I say? Yes, I do fine. Same thing will happen to you now. Anant will be so, I know him, I know his state now, wherever he is. Understand? So it will be, we have to conquer our home and home relations and not outside people. No. Do you understand? So certificate will come from the home people that, everything, and each and every one of them. So one who has won his own home has won all the world, conquered all the world. So, understand? But people, what they try to do? They do not know where the charity goes. They do not know. You see? And home remains empty. That is why, by relative viewpoint, I am Meena. That is, you have to take care of Meena first. And as taking care of Meena, you have to live in life. So everybody offers. So in doing so, you will be doing charity to you first, and then outside others. Mom, papa, brother, and all, and all relations. You see? So charity has to begin at home. Is it not so?
Yeah.
Sure? Pawan, what do you say?
Yeah.
That's huh? When home is not charitated, what is the function? Use. The first benefit will be here, and then it will be felt all right. You understand? So by in Failona Sambha Nikal, in our Shuddhatma camera, nor share camera, number one will be in focus, properly focused, and then our close relations. These things are focused, that's all. And that is how we live. And then further also, whatever relations are there, friends, these, whatever are there, but you keep that in such a way that from no account there is any anti-feeling in stock anywhere. You see? Because negative feelings of these accounts make one wander in the life due to karmas. So now we are free. You see? Now we cannot rather afford. We cannot afford this such accountability now, because we are on path to liberation. Do you understand? So we deal with real viewpoint in such a way, because the other one does not know. So we deal in such a way that gradually his anti-feeling to us will go on getting less and less, and that we'll understand. He has to see. He has to see. We have to be our own charity and swarth. Swarth, you understand? Or no? You understand swarth? Self, in the common language it is called selfishness. But here it is not so. Because Swa means Shuddhatma, and earth means to live as per Shuddhatma. Do you understand? That nobody knows, because he does not know you. He knows you, he or she knows you as Meena only. But you know that I am Shuddhatma, and you also know that in him or her is Shuddhatma. So you will be with Shuddhatma vision dealing with or her in such a way that her feelings will get less and less. Do you understand? You have not to bother for others as to, it's not that I should be all right, but others should be also all right. It is not in your hands. No. Everybody has to mind their own business. Nobody can know nothing does that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Huh? But in the house, careful. There also, but same principle applies, definitely. But everybody, all of you are realized. Huh? This is a nice thing. So, Phailono Sambhavanikal. Shuddhatmano credit. According to living life as per these 5 sentences, Shuddhatma account that has opened out recently now. It has never happened in the past. And that will get credited, and that will go with you in a matter of 2-3 lives. That will make you achieve the very high forms which are rather helping to this cause. You see that I am Shuddhatma, and in 2-3 lives, finality. You see, and then absoluteness will open out in the final body. So in this very life, all these things will go on getting, because this is Kali Yuga. Here you cannot get total release from this very body. It is difficult. Kali Yuga is a time bar. Do you understand? So here a little more molecules will be there, but those that are responsible for getting you onto the final body, just as fueling at Frankfurt is responsible for taking us to India plane. It is like that. You see, there are mere adjustments. So 5 આજ્ઞાસ બરોબર. હવે અમીન સાહેબ થોડું તમે કહો. હવે આપણે જમવાનો પણ ટાઈમ થશે. It is 11:30. 5 આજ્ઞાસ પક્કા? Huh? And daily, once in a day, in English which is given to you, you go through. 5 આજ્ઞાs are explained there. Okay? For you it is easy. And તમે વિધિ ખાસ કર રાખજો હા કે it is not a ritual. It is to fortify your real viewpoint vision and to live the relative life, you see, with less and less of discharging karmic effects. That will be becoming less and less, milder and milder by going through that. You'll get more settled. Jai Satchidananda.